Nestled at the foot of the Catoctin Mountains in the rolling hills of northern Maryland, lies the historic town of Emmitsburg. Today it is a quiet place, but in the 18th century, it stood at the crossroads of settlement, war, and craftsmanship. It was here that one man elevated gunsmithing to an art form, a man whose rifles were so precise, so refined, that they are still regarded as some of the finest made. This is the story of John Armstrong, the master craftsman of Emmitsburg, Maryland. When the first European settlers arrived in this valley in the early 1700s, the struggle between England and France for control of North America was in full force. To secure their hold on the land, the English government encouraged settlement, organizing communities into groups known as hundreds. The Tom's Creek Hundred, one of the earliest, stretched across what is now Emmitsburg. The land, once occupied by the Tom Indians, had become nearly empty. Its former inhabitants either moved west or succumbed to European diseases. By the mid-18th century, tensions between settlers and land barons like John Digges fueled bitter disputes. While Emmitsburg remained relatively untouched by direct conflict, it stood on the edge of great events: the American Revolution, the westward expansion, and in time, the Civil War. But for the people of this frontier town, one thing remained constant: the need for reliable, well-made firearms. It was here, in this landscape of opportunity and hardship, that John Armstrong set up shop. Born in 1772, likely in Liberty Township, Pennsylvania, Armstrong's path to mastery began under the watchful eye of York gunsmith George Schroyer. It was Schroyer who taught him the delicate balance of form and function, elegance and precision. And when Armstrong arrived in Emmitsburg around 1793, he brought with him a level of craftsmanship that would set a new standard in American gunmaking. John Armstrong's rifles were instantly recognizable. Long, slender, and perfectly balanced, they embodied the very essence of beauty and function. His patch boxes, with their elegant curves, seemed to flow into the stock. His deeply carved designs were sharp and precise, accentuating the natural grace of the wood. But what truly set Armstrong apart was his uncompromising dedication to excellence. Majority of gunsmiths of the era purchased their locks from mass producers, or imported them, not Armstrong. He hand-forged every lock, every barrel, every fitting, ensuring that each rifle bore his exacting standards. His locks, signed with his name, were masterpieces in themselves, blending seamlessly into the rifle's architecture. Even today, the springs and mechanisms in many of his locks remain crisp and functional, a testament to his skill. Yet Armstrong's legacy was not just in the rifles he built, but in the apprentices he trained. He was a teacher as much as a craftsman, passing down his knowledge to a new generation of gunsmiths. Among them was Marine Tyler Wickham, who would later inspect arms for the U.S. government, and Nathaniel Rowe, whose early works were nearly indistinguishable from Armstrong's own. Even his sons trained under him, though few remained in the trade. Today, only about 36 Armstrong rifles are known to exist. Each one is a treasure, a rare glimpse into the mind of a perfectionist. Estimates suggest he may have made around 400 rifles in his lifetime, far fewer than many of his contemporaries. But Armstrong was never concerned with quantity. He was not a factory. He was an artist. And each rifle he crafted was a masterpiece. John Armstrong did not build ordinary rifles. He built masterpieces. Subscribe for more untold stories of history, craft, and innovation.